Hello friends, welcome to Max Tips for All. Today, let's learn number system integers. Let's move on to properties of multiplication of integers. In this, totally we have to learn 6 multiplication properties. Firstly, it's a closure property. Second one is commutative property. Third one, associative property. Fourth, distributive property. Fifth, existence of multiplicative identity. Existence of multiplicative inverse. So let's learn about each property in detail. Firstly, let's learn about the closure property. When the integers m and n. Let's consider m and n are the two integers, then it needs to satisfy that m into n is equal to mn. So when you do this, perform this formula, you must always get the answer is integer. You must get an integer. For example, let's assume m is -4, n is -3. So when you multiply this both, minus into minus, it becomes plus. 4 3s are 12. So plus 12 will be the integer. Even the same thing here, -3. -3 is m and 4 is n. So when we multiply this both, plus into minus, always remember first we have to multiply the signs. Later on we should move on to the integers. So numbers. So minus into plus is always minus. So 3 4s are 12. So it should be 1 2 12. So this both are also integers. Even -12 plus 12 both are integers. Next, coming to commutative property. According to this property, m and n are the two integers, then m into n is equivalent to n into m. So anyhow we can multiply it. For example, let's consider m has 3. Let's consider m has 3 here in the first example, and n has 4. When we can multiply in the first first one we are multiplying 3 into 4, that is 3 4s are, and here we are multiplying n into m. N is 4 and m is 3. 4 3s are 12. So both are same. Here in the same, let's take the other example, that is here we are considering m has -2 and n has 4. Here when we multiply -2 into 4, it is equivalent to 4 into -2. So we get what the answer is, -4 3s are 12. 1 2 12 is equal to, always remember first we have to multiply the signs, that is plus into minus. -4 3s are 12. So we always get -12 is equal to -12. So both are equivalent. Let's move on to the third one, that is associative property. Here according to this property we are considering the three integers L, M and N. So according to this property we need to remember that L into M into N is equal to L into M and whole N. Let's take an example. Here in this example, let's consider L is equal to 5, M is equal to 3 and N is equal to 2. Let's substitute this values in this property. Then what is L? L is 5 into 3 into 2. This braces plays a great role. When we learn about the examples, at that time we can clearly understand what the braces is equal to 5, that is L, and M is 3 and N is 2. When you multiply this left hand side with right hand side, both should be equal. That is, always you have to multiply the terms which are in the bracket first. First preference is for bracket. That is 3 2s are 6. Then 5 6 are 30. So 30 is the answer. Even here it's the same thing. Always you need to give the preference for the integers which are in the bracket. So we have to multiply 5 into 3. 5 3s are 15. 15 2s are 30. So this is how we get it. Let's move on to distributive property. According to this property, let's consider L, M and N, 3 integers, and the L into braces M plus N is equal to L into M plus L into M. Here what we are doing is, simply you can remember this L is multiplied inside with M. Already in algebra we have learnt about this. L into N. What is the sign between these two multiplication is plus. So that's why we have placed a plus over here. L into M plus L into N. So I hope you understood this. Let's consider an example. Here L is equal to 5, M is equal to 2 and N is equal to 2. Now just we are substituting in this distributive property. That is 5 into, in the braces it's M and N value. I'm just substituting these values in this property, is equal to 5 into 2, that is L into M, plus 5 into 2, that is L into N. So always give a preference to the integers which are in the braces. That means 2 plus 2. Firstly you have to perform this addition because it is in the braces. So it is 4. 5 4s are 20 is the answer. Even the same thing over here. Here there is no braces. So according to the Dom's rule, always we have to perform the multiplication first. Multiplication is having a great preference, and later on is the multiplication. I think you know that Dom's rule. D M A S. This one is D. Don't get confused. D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. So here always we need to give the first preference to division. Here we don't have any division. So multiplication is the second preference. Do we have any multiplication? Yeah, we have it. So we have to give preference to this. 5 2s are 10 plus 5 2s are 10. 10 plus 10 is 20. This is how we have to do it. Next, moving on to existence of multiplicative identity. In this, let's consider an integer a, that is only one integer, and we have to multiply this integer only with 1. In either way we can multiply it as a into 1 or 1 into a. We all know that when we multiply in this way we always get a as the answer. So here this number 1, this number 1 is always known as a multiplicative identity, because with any integer you multiply this one, you will get the same integer a. For example, let's consider 2 as an integer. 2 is multiplied with 1. What will you get it? You will get the same answer 2, right? So a is a here 2 is a integer, same as this one. So that's why this one is considered as a multiplicative identity. Let's move on to the other one, existence of multiplicative inverse. According to this multiplicative inverse, integer into multiplicative inverse is always 1. Let's take an example so that you can clearly understand it. Here we are considering an integer a. For a, we are again multiplying with a multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse, that is, for a, what is the multiplicative inverse of a? The multiplicative inverse of a is 1 by a. 1 by a. Similarly, if you consider b, then what will be the multiplicative inverse of b? It will be 1 divided by b. This is the multiplicative inverse of b. If you consider as a number, if you want to have a multiplicative inverse of 3, then what would be the answer? The multiplicative inverse of 3 is 1 by 3. I hope you understood what is this multiplicative inverse mean. So whenever you are multiplying an integer, that is a, is multiplied with 1 by a, you can always divide the numerator and denominator. A get cancelled, so you will get 1 as our answer. This is what this means. Let's consider another example with a negative integer, that is minus a. Minus a and multiplicative inverse of the same integer minus a. Multiplicative inverse of the same integer is 1 by minus a. Here minus a and minus a gets cancelled up and you will get 1 as the answer. I hope you understood this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you.